Everyone should strive to become a millionaire, not for the money, but for the person they will become in the process. That's a quote, as many of you know, from Jim Rohn. And that's what we'll be talking about on today's MLM Success Podcast.
Welcome to the MLMSuccess.com podcast, the show designed to return the network marketing industry to its roots of personal growth, leadership development, and wisdom of the ages success principles. We share with you real success stories from real people that we hope will inspire and encourage you personally and help you progress forward in your business and your life. We believe if you build people, people will build the business. Now here is your host, who has been called the #1 mind in network marketing, the MLM Prophet, network marketing virtual mentor, and a host of other names that we will not mention because this is a family show. Frankly, he's just a small-town guy that figured out that the real product in network marketing is people. Dale Calvert.
Hey, this is Dale Calvert. I hope you've had a great week. I am actually in Kentucky. Yesterday, got to spend all day watching my granddaughter play AAU basketball. It's unbelievable. There was 50-plus basketball courts. Can you imagine that? 50-plus in a convention center down in Louisville, Kentucky. It's one of the largest AAU tournaments, girls tournaments in the world. And got to see her play a couple games. She did phenomenal. And just had a great time. Then had the opportunity to spend time with my two oldest daughters and their families. We had dinner last night. So I'm back in Kentucky for a few days. Those of you that are listening to this podcast when it drops, please continue to remember Shirley Holloway, my mother-in-law, Dawn's mom, in your thoughts and prayers. Going through a lot of scary times with her right now as she's in the hospital, and please remember her. We're going to get into something that, honestly, I'll never forget the day that I made this decision. And I want you to really think about this, and I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I think can make a huge impact for you on your path to network marketing success. But the whole concept is, and I heard Jim Rohn say this hundreds, if not thousands of times on multiple different audio cassettes. Number one was, I guess, the Take Charge of Your Life series. And he said everyone should strive to become a millionaire, not for the money, but for the person you will have to become in the process. Not for the money, but for the person you must absolutely have to become. Not could become, but must become in the process. And I want to try to take this just a little bit deeper today, because I'm seeing this as we're dealing with so many network marketers, communicating with so many people. They don't know why they're doing the business. They have no idea. They have no major goals. They have no major goals. And when you have no major goals, then you don't value your time. Without major goals, you do not value your time. You just don't value your time. You don't plan education time. You don't plan productive time to work on your business. And I could go on and on and on, but I look back and I think about when I first started in the profession. I think the first major goal, I think there's probably 4. And the first major goal is a pretty major goal. It's a life goal. And that may be to buy your first home. It may be to pay off your existing home. It may be to get rid of your existing job. And that's the case for a lot of people. It's, how do I get rid of this job? I want out of my job. I don't want to have a job. And whatever that major first goal is, to even begin to start to have a chance at progressing and moving forward and building your team and learning the proper skill sets, mindsets, becoming self-educated, which is required. Self-education is required if you want to build a large duplicating network marketing team. It doesn't happen by luck. This is not a lottery ticket. I mean, it's going to take some skill set development that you don't have, some mindset development. Okay, you guys probably heard that cracking of the door and stuff. My dad, I'm actually in Georgetown recording at my parents' house. So if it sounds a little bit different, that's why. But my dad he's been working in the yard, came in here, and we were talking about, time management and spending your time in the right place. And Dad, when I started in Shackley, was I playing softball, or was I doing Shackley appointments every week?
Every week you did the Shackley appointments. Softball had to take a second seat when you got involved in Shackley.
Yeah, and we were doing them. I mean, always working.
Always working, making appointments, getting stood up, keep on making them. Just keep on doing it.
You got to do the work.
Absolutely. Keep doing the work.
I mean, it's like, if you know why you're doing it, then it's easier to do the work.
If your reasons are strong enough, you'll do it.
That's right. That's right. All right, I'll let you get back to work. Thanks for the interruption. It'll make this podcast. Thank you. All right. That's just the deal. This is not rocket science to figure out. Know why you're doing it. Decide what you want. And then what am I going to have to do in order to get where I want to go? X number of people contacted equals reasons fulfilled. People get so caught up in the outcome of the activity. I don't care. It's like, I'm sorry, Dale, I don't think I'm going to be able to join you on your team. And it's like, dude, don't be sorry for me. I'm sorry for you. I'm sincerely sorry for you. Because you have no idea, all right, keep working on your sauna business or whatever that's been around for 25, 30 years. It's already peaked. You don't have the team. You don't have the training. You don't have the support. You don't have the systems in place. You're just going to stay on the daggone network marketing hamster wheel. So we're cool, man. I know what I'm doing. I'm just looking for 3 people a year that want it as bad as I do. That's all we have to do to win this game. One individual, one way or the other, is not going to make it a difference to me or anybody else. So it's just learning how to play this game and doing it with a vision of why you're doing it, because you're either focused on the work, you're focused on the work or your why. Always. Every day. My first 15 minutes of every day, I'm thinking about my why. My last 15 minutes, I'm thinking about my why. And you should be too. So what happens? And I think the number one reason everybody, if you're going to do this business, then just do it big. Why not just dream big? What is that saying? If you shoot for the stars and you miss, or you shoot for the moon and you miss, you're still among the stars. I mean, go for something big because that's where your energy and your excitement is going to come from. And if you are lined up with the right company at the right time in history, you have the right team with the right systems, then you owe it to yourself to dream as big as you possibly can be. Dream as big as you possibly can dream. And I think the thing that I really wanted to communicate is, again, seeing so many good people that just have bought the wrong philosophies, who are on the hamster wheel, who just really don't know why they're doing what they're doing, or if they do know why, they have no idea why they're trying to do it with the company that they're doing it with, or the vehicle that they're doing it with. I mean, this past week, we had sent out a direct promotion to someone. I can't even remember. The guy looked to be probably about 48, if I was going to guess, between 40 and 50 years old. And, we're sending him basic information with a 3-minute video about, really what I sincerely believe is the number one opportunity I've seen in 40 years in this profession. And the guy comes back and he sends out, here's what I can do for you, and send some, dinky affiliate program, some kind of online business card deal. I can't even remember the name of the company, and it doesn't matter. But my point is, this guy's probably between 40 and 45, 50 years old, and he's spending his time promoting an affiliate program that will pay him, $19 if somebody joins, are people that are spending their time. Let me show you how to become a professional on LinkedIn and master LinkedIn and blah, blah, blah. And they're selling somebody else's LinkedIn ebook so they can make $20 if you buy the $47 ebook or whatever the commission. It wouldn't even matter if the commission was, if they get all $47, it wouldn't matter. Why spend your time in something that will not take you where you want to go? Because here's why. They don't know where they want to go. They don't know where they want to go. And when the decision was made after working in the backyard and okay, Jim, I'm going to become a millionaire, not for the income, but for the person I'll have to become in the process. Then a month later, the opportunity came to me that allowed that to be a possibility. And this is real important. The last thing I want to share, and then we're going to wrap this up. Would have the opportunity came if I hadn't made that decision? Who knows? That's not one that any of us can answer. Earl Nightingale said, what the mind can conceive, and Earl Nightingale said, once we decide specifically exactly what we want, then the people, places, circumstances open up to make that a reality. So, but here's the point. If I had not made that decision, I was in a situation at the time where I've got the fastest growing team in that company. We're doing well. It's like I've got over 10,000 people. We're between 25,000 a month. I'd worked so hard for so long to get to that point. And it's like if that decision had not been made, then I don't know that when the opportunity was presented to me, that ultimately it put me in a situation where if this works, it will cover me for the rest of my life. It'll make that dream become a reality. And if it doesn't work, then I still have the skill sets, mindsets to find something else that will. And my point being, if the decision had not been made, if the goal had not been set, then I could have just coasted along and been happy with my $200,000, $250,000 a year business that, when invested correctly, over time would create that $1 million income. And I probably never would have made the shift that would allow me to sit back and look at it and say, okay, if this goes, it'll set me up for the rest of my life. If it doesn't go, then I'll just have to start all over again. But I can do that because I have the skill sets and mindsets to do it. But if this does work, and I think it could, then I'll be set for the rest of my life. I don't think I could have had that intelligent conversation with myself. I don't think I could have had it if I had not set the goal first to become a network marketer or to become a millionaire. But because I'd had that conversation and made that decision prior to the opportunity falling in my lap, then I was able to get involved. My last check from the previous company was over $25,000. My first one from my new company was $687. And then, everybody that knew me knew I was crazy for trying to do this. But over the next 5 years, we made over $10 million. And I retired from building teams at age 39. So the point is, if you don't have big goals, big dreams, then you will not value your time. You will not value your time as much. You'll not spend the educational time that you need to be spending because you'll be spending it on recreational activities. And it's going to make a huge impact overall on your journey in this profession, in network marketing, if you're doing it with big goals, big goals, big dreams, because the big dreams will affect every other aspect of your business. I've got people that I'm working with right now that have cut back on, they were doing part-time projects and jobs and so forth, and they're cutting back so they can devote the time, energy, effort they need. You know, instead of making that $15, $20, $30 an hour or whatever it was, it makes more sense to take that time. Because for a lot of them, I'm thinking of people that were doing part-time projects, part-time gigs where they're making good money. But it's like I can take that time and spend it into work building my legacy, building something huge, building something long-term passive. And it's because they have big dreams and big goals and big ambitions. So my suggestion, my hope for each one of you is to dream big dreams. You know, if your first one is to get out of your job, then get out of your job. I mean, make that a go. Put it on your bathroom mirror. Think about it. Talk about it. Set those goals. Work towards those. And then continue to set new goals. Continue and get yourself in a situation where you have options, where you have enough income coming in through investments, where you don't need the check from your company to live a comfortable lifestyle. Then and only then have you made it in network marketing. And you will never make it. You'll never get there if you don't have worthy, awesome goals. And I can promise you the people that you're hanging out with every week don't. The people that I hang out with every week do. Did you hear what I just said? The people that you're hanging out with don't have big goals, dreams, ambitions. They just like hanging out with the social club. The people that I hang out with, they're focused on the big picture, the big dreams, the real lifestyle that can be obtained and through this profession. When you get with the right company, the right time in history, and the right team, we become what we hang around. And a lot of you are hanging around people that are more interested in being social media famous than they are building a real legacy income. Think big dreams. My suggestion is set the goal. Follow Jim's advice. This is Dale Calvert. We'll talk to you next week on another session of the MLMSuccess.com podcast.
If you haven't gone over to iTunes yet and rated and left this podcast a review, what are you waiting for? At Calvert Marketing Group, we want to spend our time on the projects that we know are providing the most value for our clients and customers. You leaving us a review and feedback on iTunes is something that helps us more than you realize. And more importantly, it helps others like you find us. So if you've not taken the time to rate this podcast, please go over to iTunes and do that for us now. It will only take a couple of minutes out of your busy schedule. Work harder on yourself than you do on your business, and we will be back next week with another inspiring success story, wisdom of the ages training, or answers to your questions.